Okay, we're talking about acne types today. There are 3 acne types that I'm going to be covering, and these are just covering true acne. So there are a number of acne imposters, like folliculitis, acne rosacea, acne cosmetica. We're not going to be talking about those today, but we do have a video coming up on acne imposters. So stay tuned for that later on in the future. But today we're talking about the 3 true acne types. And these acne types play a huge key part in how we recommend routines for our acne clients, especially when it comes to getting you on a face reality routine. So I chose to also talk about cleansing today because depending on your acne type, the cleanser you choose is very important to the rest of your routine. This is the baseline of your skincare routine where we can really begin changing the skin. It all starts with how you cleanse. So we're gonna dive into some of my favorite cleansers for each type. There are so many cleansers that I can't fit them all in today. There are so many cleansers that are amazing for acne that I won't mention today because we just don't have the time. But know that if I didn't mention it today, it doesn't necessarily mean it's not good for your acne type. But I chose some good examples here that can give you guys an idea of what I would and would not recommend for your acne type. Let's jump into the first type. And the first type is inflamed acne. Ben is going to throw up a picture on the screen that you can see. So inflamed acne is kind of more your cystic acne, nodules, pimples, and pustules that are larger, redder, inflamed. You're gonna have more pain to the touch. So when you touch your pimples, they're gonna be a lot more painful. You also are going to be more prone to scarring and marks. So you're gonna end up with more pigmentation after your breakouts because there is inflammation present in the skin. I have a lot of different ways that I could show you guys this in a picture, but I chose this picture that you're seeing because it does really show the PIH and the pigmentation that you get after a pimple. You have all of that blood flow happening and that inflammation, and it's gonna leave scarring behind. When you have this very inflamed style of acne, step 1 is treat the inflammation. You will have to treat the inflammation before you can treat anything else because inflammation is the source of this acne, and inflammation will just continue to get worse and worse. My second type of acne is non-inflamed acne. Ben is going to throw a picture up. Non-inflamed acne it can still have redness associated with it, but it's going to be much less red, less painful. You can still have whiteheads or little pimples, but usually they feel a little bit more surface level. They're not deep in the skin. They're not extremely painful when you do pop them. And this does tend to have slightly less risk of scarring, but you can definitely still have scarring from this type of acne. This includes a lot of blackheads, a lot of under the skin bumps. From this picture you can see there's blackheads present, there's bumps under the skin that don't appear to have a head on them. This is also called maturation arrest. This is part of non-inflamed acne. And this skin type we see a little bit more with very oily skin types. So you have a lot more congestion in the skin. And I also see non-inflamed acne with people who have hormonal acne. A lot of hormonal acne leads to this under the skin bumps. I also see hormonal acne have inflammation as well. So that leads us to our third type, which is combo. Combo skin is very difficult to treat at first because you have a lot of inflammation that you need to be treating, but then you also have congestion and bumps under the skin. And this takes kind of a different approach. Treating inflamed acne is a little different than treating congestion like blackheads. So when you're treating combination, if you have combination acne, you want to treat the inflammation first. Treat the inflammation first, get the inflamed acne down, then you can pull out some of those bigger guns to tackle blackheads and breakouts under the skin. Let's jump into treating the different types. So going back to inflamed acne can be very dry and sensitive. Oftentimes it is more prone to barrier issues and kind of more discomfort and pain on the skin. So with inflamed acne, we're really trying to get the inflammation down, so we're not using anything harsh or any big guns on you. So no scrubs. If you have inflammation on your skin, do not use a scrub on your skin. That is going to create more irritation, more inflammation. You want calming, soothing, gentle on your skin. So I have a few options to kind of show you what this can look like in a cleanser. First off, we have the cleanser that everybody knows, everybody loves. I thought about not bringing this in just because everyone already knows about it, but I have to mention it. This is Face Reality Ultra Gentle Cleanser. This is our #1 selling cleanser, hands down. This cleanser is used by folks with anti-aging concerns, people with all sorts of concerns, rosacea. It is just a gentle, great cleanser. Fragrance-free, has antioxidants to help support the health of the skin, and it still suds up so it can remove makeup and debris. So I mentioned this cleanser again because anyone can use this, and this is wonderful for inflammation. You can actually use this as a double cleanser. You can cleanse once to remove your makeup, cleanse again with it to cleanse the skin, and you can use it morning and night. If you can only have one cleanser, this is the one cleanser to have if you have acne-prone skin. Moving on from this one, we also have from Face Reality the Mandelic Face and Body Wash. This one is also really gentle. This has the same gentle surfactants as Ultra Gentle Cleanser, but they have added in some mandelic acid. Mandelic acid is antibacterial, antifungal, and brightening, but it is not that much mandelic acid. People are actually surprised by just how gentle this cleanser is. And this is really wonderful for inflamed acne that needs extra brightening support. Maybe you're very oily, so you just need a little bit extra something on top of Ultra Gentle Cleanser. A lot of people like to use Ultra Gentle in the morning and then Mandelic Face and Body Wash as their second cleanse at night after removing their SPF. And you can remove your SPF with an oil cleanser, an acne safe oil cleanser, or Ultra Gentle Cleanser. I should have picked less cleansers, but it's hard for me to do that. So the next cleanser I want to mention is such a huge favorite. This is IS Clinical Cleansing Complex. I wanted to mention this because this is an acne safe cleanser that has a natural version of salicylic acid in it. It comes from willow bark. And this is a really great option for people who have really inflamed, sensitive skin. Maybe it's dry, but you're experiencing breakouts, because this will gently kill bacteria on the skin, clear away dead skin cells, but they also really balance out this cleanser with hydrating and soothing ingredients. So this little cleanser is like the perfect little mix of Ultra Gentle Cleanser with a little bit of anti-acne ingredient and action going on in it. It does have a light little scent, unlike Ultra Gentle Cleanser, but I find that it is like a barely there scent. It's just a byproduct of the botanicals and plant extracts that they put in here that are very soothing. And I also want to mention, and I'll use it as an opportunity to show you guys the new Botnia packaging, but Botnia Gentle Cleanser. This wasn't at first, but as time has passed and we've been carrying Botnia, this has become a staple for inflamed, sensitive, barrier disrupted, inflamed acne. This is a really lovely gentle cleanser that is really to target inflammation. So if you're feeling inflammatory, very inflamed, this is a great cleanser to use. You can use this in place of Ultra Gentle Cleanser, but it doesn't really remove makeup quite as well, so I do recommend doing a first cleanse with an oil cleanse and then going in with your gentle cleanser. It comes in this full size here. This is their new packaging. It is totally break proof, whereas the old packaging was a little more fragile. So this one doesn't have a pump on it. This is how they come. But a pump will come in the mail as long as you select a pump when you check out. You'll see the option. So you'll have a pump on this cleanser. It's just a really beautiful big bottle. We also now have a travel size. So if you're interested in trying this cleanser, but you're not sure if it's right for you, this travel size is perfect. I also want to show, because you're here, the new Botnia boxes. These are so beautiful, and they all have unique artwork from an artist in Poland. And I think this is the most clever thing they did. They made the artwork an insert in the box, so you can pull it right out. Look at that. And you can use this as a bookmark, or flip it over, and you can create yourself a little routine. You just check the boxes of what you're using. This is really helpful if you tend to forget what order you're using your products and you want to really stick with it. You can fill this out and have it in your bathroom or tuck it into a book, whatever you want to do with it. This really beautiful artwork. That was kind of a side tangent. I just wanted to show you guys that stuff. So moving on from inflamed acne, we have the non-inflamed acne. So non-inflamed acne, we have those pimples and pustules that are under the skin, some that have come up to a small white head, but we also have blackheads, and also part of that is a lot of sebaceous filaments. These skin types tend to be more oily, so we can treat you with a stronger cleanser. So let's start with a scrub, because I said before, if you have inflamed acne, no scrub. Don't scrub your skin. But if you have non-inflamed acne, there's no inflammation in sight, you can use a scrub. I don't recommend using a scrub morning and night as your everyday cleanser. You can scrub once a day if you have very non-sensitive skin, but I usually recommend every other day get your scrub out, and that is when you can scrub your skin. This is the Face Reality Mandelic Face and Body Scrub. This is our #1 selling scrub for good reason. You have all of the amazing benefits of honey, mandelic acid. There is a little witch hazel in here to help clear oils. And then there's also antioxidants to help support the skin as well. And these are environmentally friendly little beads in here. They totally dissolve once they go into your sewer and wherever water goes after you use it in your sink. So it's safe to use. Very, very faint scent just from the antioxidants that are in here. There's no added fragrance. And it gets nice and sudsy, so it does feel like it is cleansing as well as exfoliating. So this is a staple if you have non-inflamed acne, you have a lot of congestion, maybe you have a lot of texture to the skin. This is very helpful for that skin type. If you are more concerned with sebaceous filaments and blackheads, stubborn blackheads love exfoliating cleansers, and I have one in particular I want to show you. This is the Lemieux Exfoliating Cleansing Gel, and it's a secret, don't tell anyone, but there is a special little Lemieux sale event coming up in the next few weeks, so if you want to wait to grab that till then, this is my special little tip just for you who are viewing today. I love this cleanser. Anyone who has been recommended this cleanser from me knows this is like your instant blackhead and sebaceous filaments fix. This is like cleanse once and you're like, where did my blackheads go? Where did my pores go? The congestion is gone. This is such a wonderful cleanser for that. I pick this cleanser up consistently every summer because that's when my blackheads and my sebaceous filaments get worse. It just works amazingly well. This is not an everyday cleanser though. You don't want to be cleansing morning and night with this cleanser. You could cleanse just at night if you have oily skin, but if you don't have oily skin, this is an every other day or maybe every 3 days cleanser to really get your skin clean, get any congestion out of your pores. This also really helps to bring up those under the bump breakouts because it is exfoliating the skin and helping them come to the surface. So that is the Lemieux Exfoliating Cleansing Gel. Then I also wanted to mention one last one for my non-inflamed acne types. So we all know that blackheads are, well, maybe you don't know, that blackheads are oxidized semen and gunk in our pores. So oxidation happens when oxygen and free radicals, all these things interact with the sebum in our pores. So something that a lot of people don't realize is that antioxidants can actually help with blackheads because you're keeping that sebum from oxidizing. So that is one reason I really like this Farmhouse Fresh See the Future Cleansing Foam. This is glycolic acid, honey, and vitamin C, and some other plant antioxidants mixed in. This is really lovely because it is a lot less drying than you would expect from a glycolic cleanser. Most glycolic cleansers are like, you use it and your face is like tight and very dry afterwards, and this is not that way because they really balance it out with nourishing ingredients. And the vitamin C is your antioxidant here. That is going to keep the gunk and the sebum in your pores from oxidizing. This will actually diminish the appearance of your pores, it will keep blackheads away, where the glycolic acid is also digesting away those blackheads and getting them out of the skin as well. Such a lovely cleanser. It also smells real good. And this is in the Reward Center right now. So if you go over there, I think we only have a few left on the Reward Center, snatch it up with your points. Make sure you log in first to go to the rewards page and you can redeem this full-size cleanser with your points. So those are the cleansers that I recommend for the different skin types. Before I leave you all today, or we jump into our Ask Me Anything section of this video, I do want to mention oil cleansing, because we can't talk about acne and cleansing without talking about oil cleansing. A lot of people are afraid of oil if you have acne, which makes sense. Your skin is oilier, oils maybe in the past have made you break out. But oil cleansing is different because if you are buying the correct type of oil cleanser, it has surfactants in it. And surfactants actually have two sides. They have an oil-loving side and a water-loving side. So they can actually help dissolve and grab those oils as well as any water-based impurities. And as soon as water hits that oil cleanser, it grabs onto the water-loving side and removes. And it does not leave oil behind on your skin. So this is very important to get any oil-based impurities off of your skin, which if you have oily skin, you're going to have those oil-based impurities. And it really removes makeup and sunscreen incredibly well. And then it allows your second cleanse, your foaming cleanser, to really cleanse the skin and prepare your skin to absorb the serums and treatments that you really invest in and that you want to work. So oil cleansing is amazing for acne-prone skin. We see amazing results with it, especially with blackheads and sebaceous filaments, because those are sebum/oil-based impurities. So let's see what kinds of questions we have. Oh, sorry, I have to mention my two acne-safe oil cleansers. I know I've been talking about these a lot, but this is Orgaid Cleansing Oil. This is a great choice if you want this nice glass recyclable packaging. It has a nice natural scent to it due to a little bit of essential oils in the formula. And then you also have Michelle Corley Pore Clearing Cleansing Oil, completely scent-free. This is great for sensitive skin, anyone that doesn't want any scent. It's a little bit of a simpler ingredient deck, so less risk of irritation, though I haven't had anyone have a reaction to the Orgaid one. And the Michelle Corley Pore Cleansing Oil is a bit more lower in price, so it's a bit more accessible if you need an affordable makeup remover. Those are my recommendations. Let's dive into comments here. So Katie, what if I have both inflamed and blackheads? So step one is treat the inflammation. So avoid anything that has scrub beads, anything that's too harsh. We want to treat the inflammation first. Avoid using retinols and vitamin A's. Those tend to also irritate inflamed skin and add to the inflammation. Treat that inflammation first, then you can go after the blackheads. All right, you guys, give me your comments. We're just gonna hang out here. It's gonna be a good time. Morgan says, yes, one of my faves. Which one? I'm just now saying it. I have a feeling that Morgan is talking about Botania's Gentle Cleanser. Morgan, I think, as long as she hasn't changed her mind recently, she is a big lover of the Botania Gentle Cleanser because it treats inflamed acne so well, especially very sensitive, dry-skinned acne. You might not know this, but Botania actually was founded for sensitive, inflamed, acne-prone skin. That was their vision when they first created Botania, was to target these problematic skin types that were just constantly dealing with inflammation and pain and treating it holistically with plant-based ingredients. We call it our plant magic line because it really is plant magic. Yep, Morgan said, Botania Gentle Cleanser. Yes, I know she loves this stuff. It has a really lovely, light, plant-based scent. It is just, I feel like this is just such a loved by all cleanser. Love, love, love this cleanser. I do recommend applying this cleanser to either padded dry skin or dry skin, then add a little water to your fingers and then emulsify. That's the best way to use cleansers that don't have super harsh surfactants in them. All right, we got some more questions. If your closed comedones turn into pustules over a long period, is it considered inflamed? It depends on if the pustule that comes up is like a deep, cystic, painful, inflamed pimple or not. If it just comes up into a whitehead, that just means that it's coming to the surface, not necessarily inflamed. But if it's like a deep, cystic, you can feel it and it hurts, that's inflamed. Sarah, does an oil cleanser have to be followed by a regular cleanser? This is a good question. I've had just a very small handful of clients who have very, very, very dry, sensitive skin who have been able to use Michelle Corley's Pore Cleansing Oil without following with another cleanser. But that's really the only few people that I would recommend it for. If you have very, very dry, very sensitive skin, you can definitely try doing that. But I would say majority of people will benefit from using your oil cleanse to get all the gunk off, then go with another cleanser to cleanse the skin itself. It's kind of like when you're, double cleansing with a shampoo. Your first shampoo is getting all the gunk off the hair, and then the second shampoo can really actually get the scalp and get the good ingredients that are in your shampoo to your scalp and your hair. And that's what we're trying to do with oil cleansing.
You missed one question
from
Chris.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
What do you recommend for acne on the shoulders? I always love this question. I have one thing in front of me. So Mandelic Face and Body Scrub, fantastic for body acne. The other one that I don't have in front of me right now is Face Reality Acne Face and Body Scrub. The Acne Face and Body Scrub from Face Reality is really fantastic for breakouts on your shoulders and back and chest. I have a body acne video. If you go to the AOS Acne Chats homepage, or you can see all the videos I've done, there is a body acne video. If you reach out to live chat, we can also send you the link to it. That goes a lot more in depth into body acne and can help you out. So Lauren says, aside from cleansers, what other products do you recommend for acneic skin? So let's dive into what makes a basic acne routine. So obviously there's a lot of different products that I would recommend to you if I knew a little bit more about your skin. It's hard to make a one size fits all routine, but every acne routine is gonna have a good cleanser. You could have a toner, but you can also skip toner if you want a really streamlined routine. Then you need your corrective serum. And a corrective serum can be a salicylic serum, a glycolic serum, or a mandelic acid serum. These are my favorite acids for acne. The most recommended definitely is mandelic serum, especially mandelic 8% serum. We have some from a few different brands, but you need your corrective serum. Then you'll put on your hydrating gel or moisturizer, depending on your skin type. And that is a basic morning routine for someone with acne. Then at night, you would go in with Acne Med from Face Reality. This is a BPO product, benzoyl peroxide. Benzoyl peroxide is one of those ingredients that is one of the most researched ingredients for acne-prone skin. So if you have acne, I highly recommend using Acne Med at night. If you're using Acne Med, put on a hydrating gel underneath it, allow it to dry, apply your Acne Med, and then go to sleep. No moisturizer over your Acne Med. I know that's kind of a little short, but I have a lot of videos on different acne routines. If you reach out to live chat, we can send you the Face Reality weeks 1 and 2 routine that you can take a look at. We can also help put together a routine for you. So Sarah's asking, which is preferred for a first cleanse, oil or ultra gentle cleanser? I recommend an oil. If you just don't want to have a ton of cleansers, maybe it's just not in your budget, you can absolutely double cleanse with your ultra gentle cleanser. But I find that people get the best results, especially for blackhead prone skin and very oily skin, if they are using the oil cleanser, because the oil cleanser is really going to get in there and dissolve and remove the oil-based impurities. All right. Do y'all like the Neogen cleanser for acne? You know, I don't have a ton of acne clients that use that cleanser, but that is a lovely cleanser. It is very gentle. So it's like a gel cleanser that doesn't have a ton of suds to it, but it's gentle, it's straightforward. It is very similar to Ultra Gentle Cleanser, maybe just a little bit less sudsy. And that Neogenesis cleanser it's very lovely. It's just, I guess it's not on my radar for acne because I just have some other gentle cleansers that I'm usually pulling for, but that is a really lovely cleanser. And it's acne safe, so definitely safe to use if you have acne prone skin. All right, so Amy is wondering, how can you hydrate the deeper levels of the skin? Acne prone. So for really deep levels of the skin, there aren't a ton of topical products that are going to reach. So what you're actually going to want to do is start protecting your skin's own natural moisture. Your skin is producing moisture. Even if you have very dry skin, your skin is producing moisture for it, but it is getting lost in the sauce. It's getting lost to the environment, or maybe you're using harsher products, maybe you're overstripping your skin. Maybe you have a compromised barrier. For keeping the deep levels of the skin hydrated, it's more about protecting your barrier and keeping your own natural moisture from just leaving your skin, like just piecing out. So we also call this transepidermal water loss tool. And preventing transepidermal water loss, we want to use lots of barrier protecting and nourishing ingredients and products. So when I was talking about Ultra Gentle Cleanser, there's a reason this is so popular even for oily skin types, is because it is really respecting your skin's natural moisture barrier and not stripping it too much. Other things that will really help boost hydration and transepidermal water loss are water-based hydration products. So things like HydroBalance, things like a hyaluronic serum. I love the one from Lemieux. They have a fantastic hyaluronic serum that also has antioxidants in it. All of these water-based products are going to help protect your skin from transepidermal water loss, as well as using a sunscreen, because sunscreen creates that nice protective layer on the skin that also protects your skin from losing all of its moisture. All right. So Lily is asking, is the Michelle Corley Vitamin C Serum Plus, I love that serum, is that good for non-inflamed acne and blackheads? Yes. So again, this is a vitamin C serum with antioxidants. It is actually going to help prevent the sebum that your skin produces from oxidizing and turning into a blackhead. Of course, you need to pair that with a good cleanser so that you're removing the sebum out of your pores. Once you've removed the sebum out of your pores, it is oxidized. Then you can go into blackhead prevention, which is where the antioxidants come in and that serum that you're using comes in, because it's going to prevent new sebum from oxidizing and becoming a blackhead. I love that serum. I recommend that to so many acne clients that have gotten pretty clear but are still experiencing blackheads. And it also helps brighten any pigmentation as well. I love that stuff. All right. Make sure I didn't miss anything. So Dana asks, what are your top nutrition and internal recommendations for acne-prone skin? Alternate between inflamed and non-inflamed acne. This is such a great question, and I hate to do this to you, but I've been plotting a video that will also have a blog attached to it because it's hard to give you guys recipes over a video. But I am creating a really helpful resource for you all with the help of Morgan. Morgan, you saw her pop in on the chat. She is one of our acne experts here at Art of Skincare, and she is really knowledgeable in nutrition and diet when it comes to acne. So I've been really picking her brain. She has sent me a ton of amazing resources that I can learn from her, and we are creating some more resources for you all when it comes to nutrition and acne. It's difficult because nutrition is personal. If I don't know you personally and your diet habits, maybe your actual vitamin levels of things, it's hard to make strong nutritional recommendations. So I don't want to tell anyone what they can and cannot eat, but I am putting together recommendations for things you can eat and things you can do that will really help with hormonal acne and inflamed acne. So stay tuned for that. I know that I didn't give you an immediate answer, but it is coming, a more fleshed out nutritional and food-wise guide when you have acne. Okay, so Megan is asking, can you spot treat PIE, which is post-inflammatory erythema? Erythema is redness, so that is the redness that you get right after a pimple. So can you spot treat PIE with a light chemical peel? Will that help heal the spots that are super red and won't go away? So let's kind of dive into the difference between PIE and PIH. PIE, post-inflammatory erythema, the redness. PIH, post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. So for PIH to form, PIE is where it begins. So PIE is considered within the next few weeks after you have your pimple. It has not scarred yet, has not turned into hyperpigmentation, but it is that redness left behind. So this is kind of a different place in time than the PIH because it is still healing. Your skin is sending blood to that area to send healing. That is what is creating the PIE. So oftentimes it's something you just have to work through. Know that your skin is trying to heal itself. It is sending blood flow and nutrients to that spot to heal it. So with PIE, you want to help nourish the skin. So using something like Neogenesis Skin Serum or Rhonda Allison Vital Repair Gel. These are very healing topical products that can boost the healing for those spots. PIH, on the other hand, is after the erythema is gone and now you have pigmentation left behind. It can be brown, it can be a little reddish, sometimes it is a little bit of texture on that spot. That is after the skin has kind of given up on healing. It's done with the healing process. There's just now some pigment, some melanin that's been left behind on that spot. That is what can be treated with a chemical peel. Chemical peels can really help with lightening dark spots, exfoliation of the skin to help cell turnover and help the skin send new, fresh baby cells that have not pigmented to that spot. So chemical peels, very helpful for PIH. I hope that was helpful. So kind of walk you through the difference between the PIE that you're seeing in the first few months after you have that pimple and the PIH that you see 3+ months after you have that pimple and you still have a mark left over. All right, Jerry asks, what is the difference between grapeseed elixir and glow? So there are 3 different grapeseed oil-based serums from Rhonda Allison, and 2 of them are pretty much the same, except they have a different scent. So I need like a chart because there are so many different grapeseed serums. But there is one that is more, it's more of a slightly floral scent. And then there's grapeseed glow, which is more of your like cloves, it has like a cloves scent to it. And honestly, the main difference between those 2 is the scent. You can get very similar outcomes from those because the majority of the formula is that grapeseed oil. Then they just have some nice little scents, some essential oils that can help support the skin and give you that nice sensorial experience. There is one other grapeseed serum. I want to say it's called Luminous Balancing Serum. I could be wrong. I'm pretty dang sure it is Luminous Balancing Serum. That is their 3rd grapeseed serum. And that one actually is specifically for helping balance hormones. So that is really wonderful for menopausal skin as well as hormonal acne. I really love that one. That one's my favorite scent, by the way. But that one has wild yam in it, which is a really interesting ingredient. It's very high antioxidant. And then it has some other ingredients that really help support hormonal skin and hormonal breakouts. But all 3 of those are grapeseed oils. So even though they're called a serum, it's an oil. So when you pump it out into your hand, it's gonna feel like an oil. A little bit goes a very long way, like a tiny little pump in your hands, warm it up, and then just pat it into the skin. That is the trick with their oils. You can also add a little drop into your moisturizer. That's also a fabulous way to get the benefits of the oils if you don't like feeling like you have oil sitting on top of your skin. I hope that answered your question. If it didn't, ask more. So Megan asks, so you said that texture can be left behind with PIH. How is that different from an actual scar? That is the scarring. So PIH is very commonly hand in hand with scarring. We see those together a lot. And so that's what I mean by texture. That can be a little bit of a textural scar left behind. And that is also very much benefited from chemical peels, from exfoliation, microdermabrasion. We have our Dermadisc device. It is an at-home microdermabrasion device, can also really help with that. They really just come hand in hand quite a lot. The name of the serum, again, for hormonal acne, that is the grapeseed oil from Rhonda Allison, and it is called the Luminous Balancing Serum. Ben, will you check and make sure? check and make sure. Rhonda Allison has so many products, and they changed the names about a year or two ago, and so I had worked with the previous names for 10 plus years, so it's so difficult to like get my brain to get the new names driven in, because I have so much knowledge based around the old names. So it should be Luminous Balancing. There's balancing in the name, I know this. And I know that it has...
Luminous Balancing Serum.
I was right, yes. Luminous Balancing Serum, but note that it is not a serum, it is an oil serum. So it does have an oil texture. This is the last step in your routine before sunscreen if you're wearing it during the day, because oils do have an occlusive nature. You want them to be on top of any water-based products. So any water-based products, get those onto your skin first, and then you can seal them in with an oil that is a larger molecule and a little bit more occlusive on the skin. If you have really oily skin, you're probably not gonna like that serum, just saying. But for your dry, normal skin types, that is such a lovely oil that's gonna help balance out hormonal acne on your skin. And it smells good.
You missed one from
I missed one.
Just the last one.
Okay. Megan says, do they eventually heal up? I'm using Neogen Recovery Serum and Skin Serum. Yes, but it takes time. So some clinical trials were done with Neogenesis Recovery Serum, and it took over a year for improvement on PIH because it takes time. This can be sped up if you are doing chemical peels and exfoliation treatments, but they were just using Recovery Serum and Barrier Renewal Cream from Neogenesis. It took a year to clear up the PIH, but this was a client who had had PIH for years. They had hyperpigmentation left over from breakouts for a long time. They'd used other products, nothing helped. So it does take time though. It takes patience and really sticking to a routine because it's just not an overnight fix for those scars. Oh, perfect. Ben linked that serum that I was talking about. That is my favorite grapeseed serum. All right, let's see if we have anyone else. Get your questions in now, y'all. We are headed towards the end of our video. Let's see. Looping back on the nutrition and food. To give you guys one little bit of tidbit of knowledge on that is carrots. Carrots are actually very balancing for hormonal acne. So eating a carrot salad, eating carrot juice, that's a really easy thing that you can add into your routine. That's not gonna hurt you in any way. It's not gonna throw off any diets that you already are on. Add more carrots. I've been working on it as well.
Did you see the ad, Alicia?
Yes. So, I missed some questions here. Let me go back. So Adelicia says, thank you. Any products you recommend for African American acne prone skin? I'm oily typically and have struggled with acne for years. So with African American skin, we want to make sure that we are not going too harsh because you pigment very easily. You get dark spots very easily. Your skin is actually more sensitive, which is, a lot of people don't realize that. So not using any overly harsh products. Avoid using scrubs. Avoid getting very strong chemical peels that create inflammation in the skin because that will bring pigmentation up. Mandelic serum. Mandelic serum will work so well for you. If you have never used Mandelic serum before, start with the 5%, the Face Reality Mandelic 5% serum. Just use it at night, every night. And then once your skin has adjusted, if you have no dryness, no irritation, you can bump up to using it twice a day. And then after you've gone through that bottle, you can bump to the 8%. If you know that you've used correctives before, your skin is very resilient, very tolerant, not sensitive at all, then you can start with the 8% and do it that same way. Use the Mandelic 8% serum just at night. And then if you have any dryness or flakiness, let that subside, then upgrade to twice a day. Mandelic serum will be amazing for you. Oh, sorry, I missed that. You said, I'm using Face Reality now, and that seems to work well for me. That is fantastic. If you can tell me what Mandelic percentage you're using, I'm actually curious. If you're using 8% or if you've bumped up higher. I usually recommend for deeper skin tones, stick with the 8% because again, your skin is very sensitive to pigmentation and inflammation. You want to stick down to slightly lower levels. If you want to kind of try out something else, there is the Hale and Hush just dropped a Mandelic 8% serum that also has vitamin C in it. And that would also be very beneficial for deeper skin tones because those antioxidants are going to protect you from pigmentation. Okay, Sarah, this is a good question. Favorite product for acne-prone, melasma-affected skin? This is so good. I can't nail down one product, but I have a combination. This is such a good combination. I've seen so many amazing results from this. Mandelic serum. Usually I'm recommending that Face Reality one, but I also love the new Hale and Hush Mandelic serum. There's also the Neogenesis Mandelic serum, which is good if you find that your skin is very sensitive, but you still want to get a nice dose of Mandelic. Choose Neogenesis. So you have your Mandelic serum, and then you layer Lemon Lightening on top. You can do this every night, and you'll see really amazing results. Lemon Lightening is a spendier product. One little pump, a little goes a long way. Don't go crazy with it, but you will see results. It's really fantastic. I know you said one product, but if you wanted to add in a little more, Rhonda Allison's Brightening Pigment Tonic is a toner that you would use after cleansing. This has daisy extract, a little kojic in there, and more antioxidants, and that is also just going to really round out your routine for amazing brightening and anti-acne. So that is my routine for you. I want to note that melasma is inflammatory. Often it is brought on from heat and inflammation and hormones. So noting that you'll want to avoid things that are going to cause a lot of heat on the skin and inflammation. So avoid spending a long time out in the heat and in the sun. Make sure you're not using really inflammatory ingredients like a lot of retinol and vitamin A. Sometimes that just doesn't quite work for melasma. There's some people with melasma that they find really helpful, but so often I see when you get inflammation, all of a sudden that melasma flares up worse. So avoid inflammatory things like that. And make sure you're wearing that sunscreen every day. I know that melasma is not the same as sun-induced pigmentation, but the sun really creates that inflammation and that heat in the skin that melasma really responds to. Yes. Okay, so she is currently using the 6, I think she might mean the 5% Mandelic, but we'll bump up to 8. Yes, if you do not have any redness, irritation, any tingles when you put on the 5, bump to the 8. 8 is going to be your best friend. That's going to get you clear. Woo, okay. So many good questions. Yeah, Sarah says, yes, if I go for a run, my melasma gets darker. So that is probably why you would really like that Rhonda Allison Brightening Pigment Tonic. Gina plays tennis in the sun, and she swears by putting that brightening tonic on her arms and shoulders and chest, the places where her hat doesn't cover and where she's gonna get a lot of sun, and that really helps that new melasma from flaring up and the new pigmentation because it is a tyrosinase inhibitor, which actually prevents the melanin from really proliferating and overproducing and creating the darkness on the skin. Beautiful. I think we got through everything. I don't see any more questions. So reach out if there's any topics you want me to talk about. Nutrition is coming, recipes are coming. I also have acne imposters coming, so if you have folliculitis, acne rosacea, we are going to talk about those in the future. We're just gonna continue having fun. This is every Thursday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and I can't wait to see you all next week.